Hi everyone, I'm Annabel Gutherz, a singer-songwriter and recent Berklee College of Music master's degree graduate in songwriting, and I am so excited for the opportunity to speak with you and with Bong Mines today about me, about music. So without further ado, let's get into it. I got into music in a really organic and natural way. My mom and sister were actually taking part in a local theater production of Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat, and I was a very enthusiastic and enthralled audience member. I remember watching them and just feeling this magnetic draw to the stage. Somewhere inside of me knew that's what I had to be doing, and so from 5 onward, I really delved into musical theater, into theater in general, and music as a whole, and I really explored the arts through that medium. And it wasn't until later in my life, when I was about in my teenage years, don't mean to be aging myself here, but when I started to write songs, I realized I really had lighted this ignition inside of me and this passion for writing and for sharing stories through music. And that's when I sort of decided maybe this is something I want to do professionally and I want to commit to doing for the rest of my life. And when I had to decide what college program to enroll in and what degree to earn, I was deliberating between, should I do law, should I do cognitive science, or should I do music? And my mom asked me a really poignant but straightforward question, which was, what's going to make you the happiest? And music just felt like the most obvious answer, and so that's what I decided to do and pursue music professionally. And I earned my bachelor's degree from Berklee College of Music, and I loved it so much that I earned my master's degree from Berklee College of Music, and they really equipped me with so many tools and skills to really refine and foster and nurture my craft. And I couldn't be more grateful for that educational experience and for the knowledge that I left with and for what I'm doing today, which is music. So that is sort of how I got into music, and when I sort of decided I think I want to, do this professionally. And again, I'm so grateful. I certainly have a beautiful array of different musical influences. I would say maybe the most evident in the music that I'm creating and releasing now would be Fleetwood Mac and Stevie Nicks. I grew up just inhaling this music. I love Fleetwood Mac, I love Stevie Nicks, and I think that sound and those textures are really evident in the music that I'm creating today. But I love to draw influences from a number of different artists, from a number of different genres, and I think sometimes that happens organically. I've always had a real affinity for musical theater and for the sort of unabashed way people in that genre, artists in that genre express themselves. And I see a lot of contemporary artists drawing influence from that as well. Artists that I could think of that I love to draw influence from today include like Renee Rapp and Conan Gray. And of course, Taylor Swift is a staple influence. Her penmanship, her artistry is to be revered. And certainly by me. And so I would say those are some of the musical influences that I draw upon today and that I just look up to forever. My latest single, Shame, which is one of my favorite songs I've ever written, is about sort of ruminating in the shadows of your partner's former relationships and feeling doubtful and insecure and anxious. And I definitely drew upon my own life experiences as well as the experiences of others to write this. And I had the distinct privilege and honor of collaborating with some of the most esteemed and masterful producers and artists on this song, including Michael Blue and Brett Epic Mazer. And we wrote it in Thousand Oaks, California at Michael Blue's studio, and we tried to bring in this feeling of driving along sort of the Pacific Coast Highway, you know, when you're just windows down, breeze in your hair, and it just evokes this feeling of like liberation and freedom and warmth and just all the good stuff. And we definitely wanted to bring in those feelings to this production, and we just had a blast making it, and hopefully that's what people take away from it. The reception has been so beautiful and so overwhelming to me as an artist to see how people have been resonating with this song, and I think that's part of the most rewarding and fulfilling parts of being an artist, is seeing and witnessing and experiencing that reception and how people embrace the song and welcome it into their lives, and how they forge their own memories with it, and just seeing how it impacts them. And I think this song for me has been one of those times where I've been sort of left aghast in the most beautiful of ways, where I'm just taken aback by how people welcomed it and loved it and listened to it. So if you're one of those people, thank you so much. It means the world to me, and it's part of why I do what I do, because there's nothing more special than, impacting people and being a part of their lives, and especially through music, which is to me the magic in the mundane. So thank you. Something the world might not know about me is that I've actually been learning Italian for a few years now. I went to Italy a few years ago, and I absolutely just fell in love with the culture and the people and the history and the language. It was just so beautiful and so poetic that I was like, I think this is a language I want to learn. And I downloaded Duolingo, and I've sort of committed to it for the past few years. So parlo un pochino di italiano, and if you're Italian and you heard me say this and I said anything incorrectly in that little short phrase, please don't come for me. But I am learning, and I celebrate the language, and I think it's absolutely beautiful, and that's something that people may not know about me. So Italian. All the way she shaped you in her grasp. Some of the greatest musical advice I've gotten, and advice that I could give to anyone who is an aspiring singer, who wants to be a singer, who is a singer, would be to work hard and to be authentically yourself. Nothing usurps working hard and being true to who you are and being yourself, staying true to your heart and to your spirit. I would say those are the two most important pieces of advice I've gotten and that I could share. And another piece of musical advice I could give would be to let it go and to be open to collaboration and to other people's ideas, because I know sometimes as an artist, at least for me, I could really try and hold on to some of my musical ideas and have a hard time sort of letting them go and welcoming other people's creativity and talent. And I think that's part of the beauty of music, is the collaborative spirit and letting people express themselves and their talents even through your work. And so those would be the three best pieces of musical advice I could give. Hard work, being authentic, and letting it go. Giving it to the world. And even if, again, I'm also a little bit of a perfectionist, and I have a hard time going like, is this the best that it could be? But do what feels, again, authentic, do your best, and then once you feel like it's at that point, know that music is one point in time, and you let it go and you move on to the next point in time. One of the greatest musical obstacles I faced in my career is more of a health musical obstacle, in that I've had vocal nodules for many, many years. And basically what vocal nodules are these little bumps on your vocal cords that are not supposed to be there, and they sometimes make speaking and singing a little bit more challenging, especially when they're aggravated, and talking and singing aggravate them. And I am a big talker. I love to talk and I love to sing, so learning how to manage them with many speech pathologists and incredible doctors has been, so beneficial and so helpful, and I don't know if I'd be able to do that without their support and their help. And so very grateful for that, but that is definitely something that I'm constantly managing. But you know, everyone has their things, and this is just one of mine, and I'm grateful to have, again, the support and the help that I need to be able to do what I love each and every day. Thanks for coming out. Thank you for listening. Thank you to Bong Mines for having me. It's been such a pleasure chatting with you this morning, and I hope to catch you on the next one. Bye!